Can the Bears go to New England on Monday night and salvage their reputation with a primetime upset? Probably not, but we're going to talk about it with Sam Panayotovich here to break down the Patriots and your best bets for the weekend. A huge trade in the NFL has fantasy implications. Jeff Miller is here to explain. And Ryan goes one-on-one with the Illini's Chase Brown. Dare we say Heisman? Plus, bowl season tipped off without Zach LaVine and our barely accurate predictions. That and more packed up on Overtime.
Hey everybody, welcome to Overtime. It's the Stream Team, Ryan and Dion. I feel like we need to get sweaters with the Stream Team on it.
Oh, hey, I don't hate that idea.
Stream, remember Waddle had the ESPN
That's
1000
right. Our
on.
swag can be the Stream Team.
I like that.
I don't hate it.
Of course, we got a lot to talk about, but let's start with the Bears. It feels like they have been off for like 2 months.
Wouldn't that be a nice reprieve? It does feel like 2 months. In reality, their mini bye week that they needed, that game was painfully ugly.
It was painfully ugly, but now at least they got healthy. I saw your Instagram yesterday.
Yes, 0 injuries,
Yeah.
which is very rare. But that game should not have come down to the final seconds. This should have been won earlier. And that takes us into our big three because they obviously have to finish drives.
Yeah, that's the thing. So they're putting together some impressive 9-10 play drives, and then they walk away after going 75 yards with just a field goal. And we saw that in New York. We saw that last week, and that's a big reason why they only have 2 wins. If you think about this, Dion, they're only 2 or 3 plays away from being a 4-2 team.
Right.
Instead, they're 2-4. And yeah, you could say, hey, that's every team in the NFL, right? That's parity, and you're right. It comes down to, 1-2 plays in a game, and it's just finishing those drives. You've got to get 6 instead of 3.
You've got to get any points. I mean, last week, 3 trips to the red zone, they couldn't come away with anything. It's frustrating, and it's just the reality of lacking talent like they do. But they cannot keep hurting themselves with turnovers, especially on special teams. Surprised to hear Tom Waddle say he thinks Velus Jones Jr. is going to get another chance to return kickoffs and punts, but that might be happening. And last week, obviously, it set them up for a loss, but now they need to find ways to help themselves in those situations.
Yeah, you think about the last 3 games. So they're on this 3-game slide. The last 3 games, they have had turnovers in the fourth quarter.
Oh, my gosh.
And that has cost them the game, or at least cost them a chance to tie the game in one instance. But, the only bright spot as we're seeing Justin Fields is we're seeing him use his feet a little bit more, right? We're seeing him get out of the pocket. He's got to use his strengths, and right now we know his strength is running.
It is, but I think what we're seeing very quickly over these last 3 losses is just how small that margin for error is with this Bears team. They don't have a lot of wiggle room because they lack that talent, so they can't make those mistakes and expect to come away. They were even losing 12-7. Sounds like it was closer than it was when you were watching, right?
Right, and when it's 4th and inches and you go for it, and I would say go for that every single time, but you got to get 3 inches. You got to get 2 inches.
You've got to get it.
Yeah,
it's depressing when you don't.
It
is.
Oh
my gosh.
This whole thing has been depressing so far. Finally, you've heard the expression, big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. You've got to perform in prime time. That is something the Bears haven't done in recent years. They've lost 4 straight Monday night games. Obviously, the primetime game on Thursday, as we've been discussing, was terrible. This is a great chance for Justin Fields and some of these young guys to get that experience in those big games. Every player you talk to will say, they grew up dreaming about playing on Monday Night Football. Well, hey, this is your chance. You got to step up in these big games.
But no one is giving them a chance, Ryan.
No.
Like, no one thinks they can pull this off. And not surprising, based on exactly where they are. Our friend Jeff Miller has said they are an 0-5 team disguised as a 2-4 team right now. This is the reality of where they are. Yes, we will talk to him about that at some point.
I think every team.
Yeah, it's real.
Every team in the NFL, there's so much parity. It comes down to 1 or 2 plays, and they got to make those plays this week. That's the bottom line.
Okay, well, what's going on with the Patriots? Sam Panayotovich covers all things New England, so he's joining us early to talk about this suddenly streaking team. Now, they haven't exactly played world beaters the last couple of weeks, but what has gone well in their 3-3 start, Sam?
Well, they've started to protect the football, Dion, and that's really Belichick football. That's his biggest principle. Take care of that precious football. In the first 3 games, Mac Jones had 6 turnovers. He had 5 picks and 1 fumble. Bailey Zappe's come in and he's been Superman. Well, not Superman, but he's protected the ball. 1 pick in 3 games. They almost beat the Packers on the road in Lambeau. The Bears went there and struggled. The Patriots went there, and they had success because they run the football and they have not turned it over. That's been the key for this new look offense. They are running it and running it and running it some more.
Yeah, you mentioned Mac Jones. Is he coming back this week, or are we sticking with Bailey Zappe, who has got one of the best names in football?
Yeah, Zappe. The Zappe fever is a thing out here, Ryan, that's for sure. Look, we saw a report yesterday from The Athletic that if Mac is healthy, he's going to play. So by all accounts, they are shaping up to use Mac Jones on Monday night against Chicago. Thing is, though, there's not really a big difference between the two. I called a line maker in Vegas, and he said no movement, no difference. They didn't budge the point spread or the total. New England's still an 8-point favorite here, and even with the news that Mac could return, the point spread hasn't budged.
Well, with Bill Belichick at the helm, that's not surprising. He is still so locked in this week, breaking down players that play for the Bears that I didn't even know about. He has a chance to pass George Halas for second on the all-time coaching wins list. Only a matter of time before he becomes #1, right, Sam?
Yeah, and I think he has a pretty nice track to get there because he's facing an erratic quarterback in Justin Fields. And this is really the microcosm of Belichick's success. He stops quarterbacks that aren't successful. And I think what they're going to do here in this game is probably try and take away the running game. So they're going to definitely have a linebacker that will spy Fields at all times if he tries to boogie outside the pocket. But Bill wants to make Fields a passer this week. And I know people in Chicago are like, oh, no, that's not good. But Belichick for years has taken away your best weapon on offense. And you look at the Bears offense, not many weapons. The legs of Justin Fields, that is the best weapon.
All right, Sam, I got a question for you, though, okay? The viral video of the guy who tried to give the ball to Belichick and he didn't want nothing to do with him, does he know that guy's name?
I don't think so. The look, he was like, what do you want? Get away. I'm trying to coach right now. That was pretty funny. And then Brendan Schoolers, the special teamer in question, he said, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. I probably should have not done that in the game. But it's a funny moment.
Yeah.
He was excited. I thought he was going to get cut after that.
Oh, my gosh. Timing is everything when it comes to the GOAT. All right, Sam. Sam will be right back with us with his best bets of the week and one that may surprise you, so stick around.
And now that Christian McCaffrey has been traded, what does that mean for fantasy owners? Jeff Meller will help us sort that out.
Hey, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to our ABC7 Chicago YouTube channel.